The DeSantis' endgame is blank.
While I'm scrambling to think of my word, I'm going to fill you guys in what we're talking about. The Florida gubernatorial race, 2026, seems like a long ways away, but we've already got declared candidates right now. Congressman Bryon Donalds has been endorsed by Donald Trump, but there is sort of a sentiment on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, that Casey Desantis, First Lady of Florida, should replace her husband when he terms out in 2026. I have no idea what to make of this story.
I mean, I get that they think their end game is governor's mansion again, but their actual end game in terms of long-term political viability, thinking more than just 2 years out, is Attorney General of the United States,
For
right?
Ron or Casey?
For Ron. I mean, it's one of those where, like, that would have been, like, the dream draft pick for this time around. But, one, we know that Trump's first cabinet picks tend to not stay the whole time. Let Pam Bondi be at the vanguard. And two, Florida doesn't want to give up DeSantis just yet, right? He is term limited. He's done in 26. If he became Trump's AG, closing out, cleaning out DOJ, getting everything done so we don't have any more Russiagate funny business, election, whatever they think's going on, get it all done. That gives DeSantis a very nice perch to run to replace Trump because Trump is term limited. And no, he will not be eligible for a third term despite like the right-wing fever dream.
I think, look, I have two words that come to mind. One's a word, one's a phrase, and they're actually kind of two sides of the same coin. The DeSantises are pursuing irrelevance with this because it's obviously going to put them in direct conflict with Donald Trump, who, again, has endorsed Donalds. But I also think they're kind of hedging their bets, right, to a degree. I think the reason that Ron DeSantis ran for president back in 2024 is because he believes Donald Trump is unfit for office. He thinks this thing won't end out well, and there's going to be an opportunity for someone who stood up to Trump a little bit on the sidelines. You know, maybe he's not doing what Janet Mills is doing and saying, I'm not going to follow the executive orders that you're passing. But by backing a different candidate, he does put a little bit of distance between himself and MAGA. That being said, would it undercut his potential chances of becoming AG if he pisses off the big guy again? I don't know. I don't really understand why Ron DeSantis makes a lot of the political choices he makes. Perhaps he's not as skilled of a political operator or maneuverer as we thought he was.
There's never been, like, I'm trying to think of a divide between a politician in terms of how they govern and how they campaign and strategize. And DeSantis, it's like night and day.
And there's a lot of time between now and 2026, not to mention 2028. And let's not forget, Donald Trump holds a grudge, but he is willing to forgive. Just look at DeSantis' fellow Floridian, Marco Rubio, who used to call Donald Trump a con man, but is now Secretary of State.